There are so many negative forces in our environment that are constantly pushing down on us, making us feel uncomfortable, making us feel anxious, scared, and depressed. And what I wanted to share with you is a way that you can kind of create a protective force that stops those influences from getting to you. So let me start off with a story. Basically, when I was in high school, a lot of my mornings would start like this. I'd wake up and there'd just be a whole lot of yelling. There'd be heaps of negativity. There'd be a lot of just really negative vibes, and it'd make me feel uncomfortable. It'd make me feel scared, anxious, and small. And I remember one particular time when I had about 15 minutes before we all had to get into the car and then go to school, I just felt really, really bad. It was particularly bad on this morning. I was really just not feeling good about going to school. I was feeling very anxious and nervous, and I just didn't want to go. And I remember I walked up to my room, I closed the door, kind of just curled up in this little ball, and I don't know, I just didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to go to sleep and forget about it all. I felt there was just so much anxiety and stress, and there was all this cortisol just pumping through my body. I felt really out of it. And then a really strange thing happened. I started doing this technique I just learnt about, and I started focusing on my breath, and I felt like all that tenseness, all that anxiety, all that stuff that was just pushing down on me, just crushing me, it suddenly just disappeared. And I just felt safe. I felt like I'd created this little bubble that was surrounding me, and I was just safe in that bubble, and I just felt loved, and I just felt good. The thing I was doing was a type of breathing meditation that I'd learned from Eckhart Tolle. And what he says in his teachings are that so much of our stress, our anxieties, all these negative thoughts that we have about ourselves, all this suffering, a lot of it just comes from thinking, or rather an inability to stop thinking. Imagine, for example, someone who said something mean to you. They said something really nasty that really just hurt your feelings. And then you keep thinking about it. You keep thinking about it over and over and over again. And it's like that person is right there in your face, continuously telling you that thing that's nasty. And you can't stop. And it's that kind of thinking, that inability to stop that kind of thought, that causes a lot of our problems. And what Eckhart Tolle recommends is that if you can just focus, if you can be in the present moment, you can end that. And now the present moment is a great concept, but there's so many people talking about it that it just sounds like this woo-woo crap. It's lost meaning. What it means, and this is a definition from Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn, is it's just paying attention in a particular way to the present moment. All it is just paying attention. And if you can do that, you let go of all those things you were worrying about in the past, and you stop worrying about all those things that might happen in the future, and you're just solely focused on what's happening right now. And that is what I did, and that is why I felt so safe. So here's how I did it. The first thing you want to do is find somewhere really quiet, and you don't need a lot of time for this. I was doing this with only 5 minutes, and I got some benefit from it, so you don't need a lot of time. The second thing is to close your eyes so you can really focus. The third thing is to focus on your breath deeply. How you can do that is use this kind of a visualization. You imagine that you're focusing all your energy on that point of where you're feeling the breath. Your chest, for example, as it rises and falls, imagine your attention is zooming in on that area, like you're looking at it really closely with a magnifying glass. And you feel in your body as the chest expands and as it contracts. And your task is just to put all your attention into that feeling. Feel it as much as you can. The final thing is just to remember that if you do this, if you really focus so deeply into the breath, you can't worry about anything else. You can't stress out about things. You create this little bubble of safety for yourself. There's certain research showing that what we think is multitasking, thinking about many things at the same time, it's actually us just switching between many things at the same time. Now, if you buy into that, it just means that you can only think about one thing at a time. And if you're just thinking about the breath so deeply, so intensely, then you can't think about all these other things that are stressing you out. And that's what happened to me. So that's it. I really do hope this helps out. This is something that's just been really, really powerful for me. I've always known that whatever I'm feeling, I can always revert back to that idea, and feeling comfortable with that technique. So this is James from Mind Unlimited. Thank you for watching. I really do hope this helps out, and I hope you get something out of this. I'll catch you next time.